What's the vibe? So, today is January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year. And this is something I've been meaning to do, but it's just a very simple video series dedicated to physical exercise. And most of these are going to be just exercise content, which is actually me exercising and actually going through my program and the reason I'm doing certain things on different day. But there's always going to be a little short talk, just like today, right before we get into the actual lifting. And the main reason for that is just simply to explain the method to the madness, basically, or the reason I do the training I do and the ideology that comes behind it, which this is Sam Sulek inspired, if I'm going to be quite honest. But at the same time, it's the simplicity of what Sam Sulek does that I think is important. That anyone can do what he did and gain a following as long as you're consistent and you actually believe in what you believe in and have some form of evidence to back up your claim. So the main thing for me, the method, the madness behind the method behind the madness. I don't know why I was trying to say the madness behind the method, but the method behind the madness is really, it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you put effort into it and you make an effort. And realistically, everyone should have real different fitness goals that they go for. Like, you could be inspired by Sam Sulek, you could be inspired by David Goggins, you could be inspired by Bruce Lee, you could be inspired by Usain Bolt. It doesn't really matter what inspires you. What matters is the inspiration itself and also how much you're willing to put into it. That being said, everyone has New Year's resolutions, and a part of me filming this one is to state my physical exercise New Year's goals, or what I would like to achieve by the end of the year. Which I'm not giving myself goals that are completely crazy, but they are goals that are standard in what you would call the lifting community. What are these goals? 100 kg bench, 300 kg 100 kg bench, 140 kg squat, and 180 kg deadlift. For the pounds people, that's like 225 on the bench or 220 on the bench. The squat is about 300 pounds, I believe, and the deadlift is like 396 or something of the sort. So it's more like 200, 300, and 400 in pounds references. That being said, I won't spoil what my current numbers are, but I'm not particularly close, I'm not particularly far, or at least that's what I think. I think it's a good starting off point because I've been sick the entire December, but I was consistent all of November, October, and I've been semi-consistent throughout 2023. Very semi, I would say. So it's like been a month off, month on, month off, month on. Apart from, as I said, November, October, where I was 2 months consistent and then sick all of December. I got a cold in the first week of December. As soon as I got better, I got another cold, and that cold took me out for a couple weeks. And then I've basically just wasted time for the last week during the Christmas season. But that's my pre-workout done, my coffee. So let's get into the gym stuff. See what I'm doing and explain to you, like as I said, why I'm doing some of the things I'm doing. So obviously before the video actually starts, I do quite a bit of stretching. The rotator cuffs, the shoulders, the wrists. and I do a bit of the back as well as the core. So I stretch these areas, especially come to chest day. So you'll see me warming up with just the bar, standard stuff. The bar felt very light for me. As I said, I haven't worked out in over a month, so I expected everything in the gym to feel heavy, but fortunately I was doing actually quite well, as you'll later on see in the video, or as you can actually see by the left and the right, where I've posted the actual workout that I did for this workout. So generally speaking, I do 60 kg for 8 reps, and usually by the third set I can't do 8 reps. In fact, this is probably the closest I've come to doing all 8 of these reps since even when I was working out consistently in November and October. So this is actually near a PR for me, even though I haven't worked out. And it's funny because whoever said rest days aren't good, whoever said a lot, there's this idea in the fitness community, especially from Sam Sulek, that believes taking a couple days, 3 days, 4 days off lifting is a terrible thing, where I have to completely and wholeheartedly disagree. Now, whereas a month may be a bit much to take, as even though I was lifting similar weight to what I was doing, I will say I could not do as much volume at the weight I wanted to do. Because you'll see with the machine converging chest press, I haven't recorded these bits, but with the machine push movements and flies especially, a lot of these had to go either had to be less in reps or less in weight. So usually I like to start off with the compound movements in all my lifts. So I do push-pull legs. Today is obviously push, and you'll see I did the bar first, then I went up to 40 kgs and I did a couple of that. Now I do 50. Now I'm up to 50 kg. Now this is generally the area where at the start of 2023 I was doing 50 kg for 8 reps. So I've gone up. It took me a year to go up 10 kg for reps, which is not a good thing, but it does show some level of progress. And as I said, I was not consistent either, so it's one of those things that you have to deal with. When you're not consistent, you'll be progressing, but progressing extremely slowly depending on your level of consistency. So I did 15s and 50 or 15s on each side, and that felt quite good. So it's at this point I've realized I'm feeling this good, because I honestly came to the gym thinking at 50 I'd have to stop there and probably do 50 for reps, because I haven't been to the gym in a week. But from the 50s felt good. I said to myself, I can go to 60, I can do my normal weight, and I'll try to bang it for the usual amount of reps that I can do. So you'll see me put on a 10 and 2 5s on each side. So this is 60 kg, and I'll say when I hit 18 and I actually finished my puberty muscle development, I couldn't even do 1 rep of 60 kg. So the situation is that, first of all, this is actually more than my body weight. I weigh 58 kg, so I'm actually repping more than my body weight. And the second thing is, as I said, I used to not even be able to do 1 rep out of this, and this is something I struggled with for a long while, back when I used to do track and field training. But yeah, so we come down now and we finally do our first working set. So this is how long I usually take to warm up, do my working, work my way up to sets. So this is a good way just to show you guys of how most of my lifts look and how I work up to them. So we'll do the 20 kgs now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So after I do 4 and I've realized that the first 4 have flow up, I'm now thinking into myself, I can get 8. I can definitely get 8. So that's 6. I'm saying 2 more, come on. 7 was slow, but we'll get there. It wasn't too slow. We can definitely get 8. It won't be comfortable, but we'll get 8. So yeah, that's the first set, and nothing extra. We'll come to the second set now. And I did say what my goals are in terms of the lifting progression. But one thing I didn't mention is I am into calisthenics as well. So you'll find that a lot of my workouts include a lot of bodyweight training. That was my second set. Another 8 reps, wasn't too hard, and we come to the final set now. And you know, the final set is 7 reps, so I didn't have the confidence to squeeze out the 8th rep. I had a feeling I would fail, but I probably should have gone for it anyways and just failed in a very safe manner. You know, roll the weight to both sides, or roll it, or do the roll of shame, whichever way you want to do it. So yeah, doing my last set now. You know, after 3 and you're feeling the weight feel very heavy, you start realizing, come on now, let's see if you can get 8. And I need to fix the happy feet business that I go on with. That's one thing I need to get into the habit of. I think my foot placement isn't as comfortable as I'd like it to be, and you'll see that 7th rep was very slow, in fact. So I doubt I would have maybe actually gotten the 8th rep, but maybe with a spotter I'd go for it, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, generally speaking, that's just, I didn't record any of the other workouts really. I did do a bit of my shoulder press, but you'll see that my shoulder press didn't feel good, and because my shoulder press didn't feel good, I did not bother to continue with shoulder press. And this is something I've taken off Sam Sulek as advice. So you'll see before I was saying there's something I disagreed with when it came to Sam Sulek, and now there's something I'm telling you that I agree with wholeheartedly. So it's very good to pick and choose what you believe in, and everyone's got their own lifting beliefs. But yeah, the advice is, if something feels shaky, which in this case it was my right shoulder, just don't push it. That's your cue to maybe do a different shoulder exercise. So yeah, but I've got loads of time to chat in the upcoming videos, so I don't have to go too deep in this one. So
let's start tripping, now I'm blue. Nigga, man, I can't wait for losing, cause I got too many